You're not kidding when you say this is getting messier. The author of that book deleting her Instagram account, another who plays Baldoni's sister in the film, being harassed online.
New video released by lawyers for actor Justin Baldoni shows unedited footage from the filming of It Ends With Us.
It looks like Hollywood has found itself embroiled in yet another scandal, and this time it's Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni's ongoing legal feud that has everyone talking. What started as a seemingly professional collaboration on the film It Ends With Us has now spiraled into a tangled web of accusations, lawsuits, and shocking revelations. So, the question on everyone's mind is simple. Who's telling the truth? Is Blake Lively a victim, or has she orchestrated her own drama to cover up something bigger? Let's dive into the messy details and uncover what's going on behind the scenes.
Well, it's still getting messier and messier in the It Ends With Us feud between co-stars Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni.
All eyes are on Megyn Kelly, who has entered the picture with guns blazing, determined to expose what she calls Blake's web of lies. Reports suggest that Megyn, with the help of her own legal team, has been gathering evidence to disprove Blake's claims against Justin Baldoni. This evidence reportedly includes text messages, receipts, and even video footage that paint a very different picture from the one Blake has been presenting. And according to sources, this evidence could completely destroy Blake's case. But why would Megyn Kelly, of all people, be so heavily involved? Well, some speculate she's not just interested in the truth, she's on a mission to reveal what she believes is a pattern of manipulative behavior by certain Hollywood elites. Blake Lively, for her part, has been vocal about her allegations against Justin. She claims that during the filming of It Ends With Us, Justin behaved inappropriately, crossing professional boundaries and making her feel uncomfortable on set. In legal documents, she describes instances where she says Justin leaned in too close, made unsolicited remarks, and acted out of character during intimate scenes. She also accuses him of fostering a hostile work environment and retaliating against her concerns by launching a smear campaign to tarnish her reputation. Sounds serious, right? But Justin's team is hitting back hard, claiming that Blake's version of events is not only exaggerated, but strategically designed to shift blame away from her own alleged bad behavior. The drama seems to have started long before these lawsuits were even filed. Insiders say Blake and Justin clashed from the very beginning of the film's production. While Blake was cast as the lead actress, Justin wasn't just her co-star, he was also the director and a producer on the project. This dual role reportedly led to creative differences, with Blake allegedly trying to take over key decisions. Sources close to the production describe Blake as difficult and controlling, claiming she demanded to see dailies, attempted to oversee the editing process, and even created her own director's cut of the film. Imagine that. An actress stepping into the director's chair without permission. Naturally, this didn't sit well with Justin, who had envisioned the film in a completely different way.
One of the most significant allegations in Baldoni's lawsuit is that Lively sought to gain control over the editing process of the film.
But Blake's alleged power moves didn't stop there. According to leaked messages, she also involved her husband, Ryan Reynolds, in the creative process. One of the most talked about examples is the iconic rooftop scene in the film, which Blake proudly revealed was written by Ryan. While that might sound sweet on the surface, it raises serious questions about professionalism. Why was Ryan, who wasn't part of the production team, writing scenes for a movie that was already in Justin's hands? And why did no one consult Justin about it? The whole situation reeks of behind-the-scenes tension, and it's clear this wasn't just a case of creative collaboration, it was a full-blown power struggle.
At all. I said that having read through Blake Lively's complaints, that it was evident to me that she was likely under the influence when she filed her complaint.
Things took an even darker turn when Blake reportedly began using her connections to manipulate the narrative. Leaked messages reveal that she likened herself to a certain powerful character from a popular fantasy series, calling herself the mother of dragons and referring to Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift as her dragons. While the comparison might have been meant as a joke, it has since become a symbol of what some are calling Blake's Hollywood entitlement. Critics argue that she used her star power and high-profile friendships to intimidate people on set and push her own agenda. And let's not forget about the infamous New York Times article that first brought Blake's allegations to light. Justin's legal team has accused the publication of cherry-picking messages and omitting key details to paint him as the villain. According to them, the article was part of a larger strategy by Blake and her team to control the narrative and gain public sympathy. In fact, Justin's lawsuit against the publication describes the piece as rife with inaccuracies and misrepresentations. He claims that the texts and emails quoted were deliberately edited to make him look bad, while leaving out context that would have told a different story. For example, one of the most damning accusations involves a text message exchange where Blake invited Justin to her trailer while she was pumping. The text, which Justin's team has since released in full, shows that Blake herself set the boundaries for what she was comfortable with, completely contradicting her claims of feeling violated.
Is creepy Baldoni getting close to her, obviously making small chatter not in character so as not to make the scene, which didn't require dialogue, awkward.
But Justin's team isn't just stopping at text messages. They've also pointed to behind-the-scenes emails exchanged among the production crew, which allegedly reveal growing frustrations with Blake's behavior on set. One email, reportedly sent by a senior producer, describes Blake as difficult to work with and accuses her of delaying key decisions due to what they called unnecessary perfectionism. Another email allegedly outlines an incident where Blake demanded reshoots of an entire scene because she felt her hair didn't look right on camera. While these claims might sound petty, Justin's team argues they're part of a broader pattern of Blake trying to control every aspect of the production, ultimately leading to tension between her and the rest of the crew.
Right? So Baldoni says this was all an effort to hijack the film to get her way. Lively claims she was the victim of harassment in a hostile work environment. Not surprising.
And then there's the issue of the so-called all-hands meeting that was allegedly held to address on-set concerns. Blake's lawsuit paints the meeting as a moment where her complaints about Justin's behavior were finally taken seriously. But Justin's side tells a very different story. According to their version of events, the meeting wasn't about harassment, it was about Blake's attempts to take over the creative direction of the film. Multiple sources have claimed that Blake used the meeting as an opportunity to air grievances about the script and production schedule rather than focus on her allegations. If true, this would suggest that Blake's issues with Justin weren't just personal, they were deeply tied to her desire for more control over the project. Speaking of contradictions, Blake's lawsuit also alleges that there was no intimacy coordinator on set during the filming of certain scenes. For those unfamiliar, an intimacy coordinator is responsible for ensuring that all intimate on-screen moments are choreographed and consensual. The lack of one, Blake argues, left her vulnerable to Justin's alleged improvised behavior. But here's where things get tricky. Blake has previously spoken about how involved she was in shaping the film's intimate scenes. In interviews, she even mentioned stepping in as a sort of unofficial intimacy coordinator herself. So which is it? Did she feel unsafe, or was she taking the reins? The conflicting narratives only add to the confusion and make it harder to determine who's telling the truth.
Has denied all of these allegations. They have responded to this filing, this lawsuit, saying...
And then there's the matter of the damning video footage that Justin's legal team recently released. The clip, which shows Blake and Justin filming a slow dance scene, has become a focal point of the case. Blake claims the footage proves her allegations, pointing to moments where she appears to lean away from Justin and asks to change the scene's direction. But Justin's team argues the opposite, stating that the video shows nothing inappropriate and actually supports his claim that their interactions were professional and consensual. In one part of the clip, the two can even be heard laughing and discussing ideas for the scene, which hardly aligns with Blake's description of feeling uncomfortable or harassed.
Most of his career, he has been a major proponent of feminism, of healthy masculinity. How does it feel for him, though?
As if things weren't messy enough, Blake has also filed a gag order to prevent Justin and his lawyer from releasing any more evidence to the public. Her team argues that these leaks are part of a retaliatory campaign to damage her reputation further. But Justin's side insists they have every right to defend themselves, especially since Blake's initial complaint was leaked to the press before it even made it to court. It's a classic case of he said, she said, with both sides accusing the other of manipulating the media.
That Justin won't be bullied by Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. So his lawyer told us that their recent court filings show how scared they are.
One of the most shocking aspects of this case is how quickly it's escalated. What started as a workplace dispute has now turned into a multi-million-dollar legal battle, with lawsuits flying in every direction. Justin is suing Blake for defamation, claiming her accusations have cost him jobs and tarnished his reputation. Blake, in turn, is suing Justin for harassment, arguing that his actions caused her emotional distress. And let's not forget the other players involved. Ryan Reynolds, Taylor Swift, and even several members of the production team have been dragged into the drama, either as witnesses or alleged conspirators. At this point, it's impossible to say who will come out on top. Both sides have presented evidence that supports their claims, but the court of public opinion is a whole different beast. Fans have been quick to draw comparisons between this case and the infamous legal battle between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Like that case, this one seems to have divided people into two camps: those who believe Blake is a victim standing up against a powerful man, and those who think she's using the situation to cover up her own bad behavior. The truth, as always, probably lies somewhere in the middle.
But this is such a interpretation of perspective, because I watched the footage, and I'm sure we all have, and it's very easy.
So, what do you think? Has Blake Lively been playing the victim all along, or is Justin Baldoni using his power and influence to silence her? Are we witnessing another high-profile case of manipulation in Hollywood, or is this just a classic example of creative differences gone too far? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates on this story as it unfolds. This is one drama you won't want to miss.